Relax, baby, free your mind. You know what you have to do. Pursuit of happiness. Don't let yourself get down and blue. Listen to your heart, you know it's true. Through this obstacle, stimulate your mind. Breathe, you know it can be so difficult. Just part of living life, just hold on tight. Pretty sure there's a way for you. Shine bright like a light, you look like a type. Ain't nothing stopping you. I don't play no games, I just do my thing. Let my heart just coast me through. I believe in faith in a higher power, greater than me and you. Just float to the top like Lord, these rocks rush ass there for you. Just follow your heart and do your part. What you see is blinding you. At the end of the night, take care of yourself. Don't let it be the end for you. Just free your mind and love yourself through this obstacle. Do something greater than good. But I feel like my heart is true. You dumb if you can't get that understood. Purify yourself in this toxic world. Do it like you always should. Elevate your mind, breathe. And let nobody tell you that you ain't no good. Just free your thoughts and live your life. I ain't got no time to play. I did as a kid, but now I'm grown. Got my own path to take. Get it while you can. Can hold your hand. You got a decision to make. Relax yourself and take your time. Control everything. What's in your heart? What do you feel? And it's what we living today. I feel like I got me a chance. Breathe just to make me a better way. Just God's grace, how far you'll take it before your final state. Just free your thoughts and use your heart and watch them fly away. Fly away. Just watch them fly away.
Nobody trying to take your damn toy.
Just free your thoughts. Free your thoughts. Free your thoughts. Just watch them fly. Watch them fly.
You go hard and not the road.
It's all about you. The way you move, you drive me crazy.
Cause you're my baby. Let's go. It's all about you. Hey, the way you move. You drive me crazy. Cause you're my lady. Hey, Miss Joe.
Your attitude, you take me to a place that puts me in the mood. I think I love you.
I think you love me too.
Don't let this go away.
Like my favorite food. Shout out to my baby brother. This is
I'll never lie to you. The things I wanna do. Show you my love is strong. It's all about you. The way you move, you drive me crazy. Cause you're my baby. It's all about you. The way you move,
Miss Joe, if you still in here, I have a question to ask you. If you still in here.
When I'm kissing you, lay back the streets for you. My hands are glued to you. Give you a little taste. What I have in store for you. Drift off into a place. Feel like there's no escape. It's all about you. The way you move. You drive me crazy. Cause you're my baby. It's all about you. The way you move. You drive me crazy. Cause you're my lady. About you. Take you on the cross. I can do what you wanna do. Put you in a bathing suit. We can walk up on the beach. I'll hold you close to me. You're all I wanna please. Give you a diamond ring. This is all I wanna do. To show you my love is true. Don't need you to walk away. Cause I don't get here to stay. Oh yeah, it's all about you. The way you move, you drive me crazy. Cause you're my lady. It's all about you. The way you move, you drive me crazy. Cause you're my lady. About you. How is everybody doing today?
A couple years ago, I ended up in a motorcycle
Hold on.
accident. I didn't have health insurance at the time.
I wanted to tell a story today. So, it's a true story. So, I was last week. I was talking to my baby father or whatever, right? And so I haven't talked to my kid's father in almost 10 years, right? Now, and though I'm like, I've been raising, I have 3 kids by the same person, so this is crazy. I think it's crazy. I had talked to my kid's father And I was like, man, is it possible? You can send me some change. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm struggling. That's how I feel. And he was like, "How?" No, so he didn't ask me. I said, "Is it possible I could get $100 every 2 weeks? $100 every 2 weeks ain't shit. You feel me?" So he gonna tell me I need to ask my wife. I said, "Ask your wife? What you mean, ask your wife?" I was pissed because I'm like, bro, like for real? My kids was here way before she came. Fuck you mean? These are your biological kids. Make it make sense. You feel me? So I said, but the girl you married after you cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I appreciate you throwing shots at my wife. Give a fuck about your wife or not? Like I said, I told him I ain't say I ain't give a fuck about your wife. All I said was I ain't I said, I'm not throwing shots at her. I'm throwing shots at you. How dumb can you be? I never disrespected the woman. I never even brought the woman up. You brought her up. How dare you say you have to ask somebody that helped me take care of the kids you helped me have? Make that make sense. $50 a week. I'm not asking for a lot. Like, come on, are you serious? Make it make sense. So I was like, you talk to your kids. He gonna say he talked to the two oldest boys, and I said, "So did you talk to basically my baby son, which he's 17?" I said, "Did you talk to such and such?" He was like, "No, I haven't talked to him." I said, "Would you like to talk to him?" So he told me, "Yeah, I would like to talk to him." That was like 4 or 5 days ago. He was like, "I'm finna go home." He said, I'm just getting off of work. I'm almost at home. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna call you back. Like I said, about that was about 4 or 5 days ago. I'm still waiting for you to call me back just to talk to your own fucking son. How stupid and pathetic can you be, bro? You get what I'm saying? So I talked to my middle son. So I'm talking about middle son. So I say, have you talked? Because he told me. So when I talked to their father, again, I haven't talked to him almost 10 years. Talked to the father. He was like, yeah. He was telling me, yeah, I talked to my oldest boy, and he said he talked to the middle boy. And he said, yeah, my middle son is about to have a baby. The baby is due in January of next year. And he said, yeah, he told me such and such and such. So when he told me that, like again, I've been waiting up for this man to call me back to talk to his youngest son. And I think it's fucked up that you helped me I mean not raise them, but you helped me make the kids. You knew they was here, but you won't help me with your own fucking kids, bro. Like, make that make sense. You get what I'm saying? So I ended up talking to my middle son. And I was like, did you talk to I said, have you talked to your father? He was like, yeah, da da da. He's telling me. So I had my son, when my son get quiet, he a Gemini, and he always speak his mind, which I love about my son. And he was just sitting there quiet, and I noticed his eyes are starting to get red. So I say, "What's wrong?" He was like, "Nothing." And he was like, so I asked him again, I'm like, "What's going on?" You know what I'm saying? So my son ended up breaking down. And he started crying. And it's crazy because he's a Gemini. I'm not used to Geminis breaking down the way my son breaks down. And how when he's angry, that's how he breaks down. He cries. So he was like, I was like, what's going on? He said, Ma, I try and try and try to put myself in my father's life, and he don't want to be in my life. You know how much that hurts a parent. That broke my heart when he told me that. I didn't know what to say to my son. He was just crying and he was like, I just want him, that he said, I'm mad that I have to try to figure this manhood out myself. And it's crazy because as my sons was growing up, I did try to give them a man authority figure in their life. But I guess I don't know. My middle son who was crying, which when he was younger, I don't know, he just didn't cling to him or whatever. I'm not for sure. But I didn't try and try, but it wasn't working. But just to hear my son just sit there and cry and say he tried to put himself in his dad's life, which is crazy because when my son was born, my middle son, he swept it down in one his. And it pissed me off. You know what I'm saying? So 2013, I ended up getting a paternity test. He was locked up there. He was like, since my son was born, my middle son, he always kept saying, that's not his son, that's not his son. And I'm like, bro, I know who, you know what I'm saying? I know who the freak I laid down with. I know what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurt my heart for you to even, say what you said. But now, as I got older and knowing what I know now, I see why he said it because he was cheating on me the whole time we was together. The whole 11 and a half years we was together. He cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? Lied to me in my face. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And then hey, look, to me, as a woman, as what I've been through as a kid, you only have to put your hands on me one time and I'm gone. You feel me? So after he put his hands on me, I told him, you know what I'm saying, like literally I was keep having these epiphanies when I was going to sleep that he was gonna go to jail. Because he was out there selling. He wasn't working, he was selling. So he ended up getting caught. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he got caught, I want to say, after he put his hands on me, I want to say like a month later, he got raided wherever he was selling his drugs at. So when he got raided, I was like, don't ever come back to my house. So as soon as I told him he couldn't come back to my house, he married the girl he with now. You know what I'm saying? Which he cheated. He cheated on me with her. You get what I'm saying? Like, make that make sense. You get what I'm saying? And and I don't know how to stop being angry about it. Not that I will bring it into another relationship because that's not fair to the other person. But in the meantime, between time, I'm so pissed. Like, bro, what you mean? You gotta ask your wife, can you help me take care of your kids that you have not helped me? My son is 17. You haven't helped me take care of that boy since he was one and a half. Are you serious? I asked you for $100 every 2 weeks, and you can't give me that. Like, who the fuck are you playing with? Like, you got your motherfucking nerves. Then, like, I want to say 2, 3 years ago, I just found out he got kids almost the same age as all my kids. Like, make that make sense. And no, matter of fact, I found that out last year. Nigga, you a fucking liar. You a manipulator. You everything you can be in the book as an evil ass motherfucker. And you telling me you won't help me take care of your son, your last child? I'm not even asking for money. And I'm saying, like, regardless of my son not being here, my 20-year-old, I'm still helping him out. I'm still making sure he okay. He come over here and watch because he don't want to pay. Which I don't have a problem with. When he don't have food in his refrigerator, he's still, I ain't gonna say still, let me take that back. He be like, Mom, you got 2 of these, can I get one? You get what I'm saying? Like, making sure he still got stuff. And to hear my son cry and feel like his dad don't give no care about him, which I see he don't, and I'm not trying to be funny or disrespectful, my son don't even stay here no more. And he's still trying to reach out to his dad, and his dad will not even give him the time of day. For what? I don't know. Just like I know he has to talk to my baby son, which is his. Swept it down. My middle son wasn't his. Found out that it is. Because we got a paternity test. And what I did was I just didn't get one paternity test. I got paternity tests on all 3 of my boys. Like, you're not going to play with me. Like, I don't know who got me pregnant. Like, who you think I am? You was doing that because you've been cheating on me the whole time, bro. And you need to blame it on somebody. So I'm your biggest fan, basically. But how dare you not pay attention to the kids that you got here too? And you got kids before mine. You get what I'm saying? Like, your oldest son is only a year younger than my oldest daughter. Now, my daughter's 32. He will be 31 next year. This man was in the penitentiary with you, and you act like you didn't even know your own flesh and blood. You a bitch ass nigga. You will be a sucker all your life. When I heard that come out your own son's mouth, that fucked with me. You get what I'm saying? Like, your son is locked up. Y'all locked up in the same penitentiary, and you don't pay no and this is your very firstborn. Please make that make sense. Help me. Help me. Make that make sense. Bro, you had a whole freaking, like, real talk, a whole freaking, wait, his son told me, I think he was locked up for, I know he wasn't locked up for a year, but it was like 6 months or something like that. His dad act like he didn't fucking know him. That's fucked up. To do your own flesh and blood and y'all in the same penitentiary. You're a bitch ass nigga. You're a punk ass nigga, bro. And I'm so mad because I can't believe a grown ass motherfucking man who helped me have these kids gonna tell me you need to go to your wife? Fuck your wife. My kids come just like the kids you have with her. And you taking care of the kids she had when you was locked up, nigga. Fuck up out of here. Who the fuck are you playing with? Who does that to their own flesh and blood? My son sitting here crying, talking about I'm trying to basically extend my hand out to my own father and he ain't paying no attention to me. You're a bitch, weak ass nigga, bro. I shit you not. What type of motherfucking dad are you, bro? You take your kid. You take care of your wife kids, and she got kids outside your marriage. But these are your flesh and blood, and you leave them hanging. You're a bitch. You're always gonna be a bitch to me. You gonna be soft. You a soft ass bitch ass nigga. And then nigga who could put their hands on a person for no reason because you're doing wrong. And you put your hands on that particular person for no apparent reason. I feel like it's no apparent reason. I don't care if I was messing with, we was not together. And whoever I was messing with, we was not together. And that was after my third child was born. How dare you? Like, if, you know, when I talk to you, that motherfucker, and I meant that motherfucker. It babbles me. It babbles me because we're not together no more. I didn't want to be with y'all abusive narcissist. Oh, can't never say that word. Narcissist. You know what I mean. Ass. You don't want to help me take care of your last child, at least? Since you wasn't there for the last two. I ain't gonna lie, he was there for the oldest. Now, we was together for 11 years. And I thought I was doing the right thing. I ain't have my first child by him until like 2.5 years after we started dating. You get what I'm saying? We didn't get married nothing. So I had my son when I was 20. And I never heard a man tell me they jealous. It just made me go back to all that bullshit I've been going through with him. And at least, you know what I'm saying, all the bullshit you put me through. You tell me you have to ask your wife to help me take care of your kids. $100 every 2 weeks is like giving me $50 a week. I'm not even trying to break your pockets, bro. I just need a little help, and you telling me I can't even get $100. Nigga, I don't get assistance. I have a fucking real job. While you nickel and change, you always gonna be nickel and diming your motherfucker way to where you need to be. You would never be shit. Why? Because how you treat your motherfucker own flesh and blood. When I saw my son, how hurt he was, you gives no respect for me. You a bitch ass nigga. I do not give no fuck. I don't care what nobody think about it. When my son tells me he's trying to have a conversation with his own father and his father's really not paying attention to it on the phone, and you barely been in their life. How dare a motherfucker? I wish I was a woman and I didn't have my kids and the father. Nigga, you ask me, are you serious? And I'm married to somebody. I'm not asking him shit. These are my kids. The fuck, they got my blood running through their fucking veins. How dare you tell my kids or my child I have to ask my wife to take care of kids that was born while I was fucking you and the mom? Make that make sense. Lying to me. Till this day, yo, sorry, mean, dirty ass couldn't even apologize for how you treated me through the relationship. You lied the whole time. And finding out like last year, you got kids the same age as mine. You lied to me, bro. You ain't shit. You will never be shit. Now, if that's throwing, as you say, I'm throwing jabs at your wife, that's throwing jabs at her then. Because you ain't shit. How dare you treat my kids like they ain't shit because we're not together? Like these are not your kids. Make that motherfucking shit make sense. You a soft ass bitch. You would never be shit. And I don't give a fuck who hears this. But when my son is crying out for his dad and you ignore my child when that is your child biologically, you ain't shit, bro. You would never be shit. You always gonna be a soft ass wimp ass bitch. I remember you let a crackhead knock you the fuck out, bro. You weak as fuck, bro. And the only reason I'm going this hard on you because my son cried to me and tried to say I tried to extend a hand to my own dad. Make that shit make sense. You are the grown one. Talk about I have to figure out how to be a man by myself. And my dad can't even talk to me. Who, bro, nigga, you should be on phone for hours with your kids. Especially when your kids don't get in trouble. They living on their own. They might be struggling a little bit. But you being their father and you really haven't been in their life, make sure they make the right choices. You get what I'm saying? Make sure they make the right choices. As being a man, first of all, being a black man, being a man, and being a man of sons. How dare you disrespect my son like that? I can't even say that even your kids no more. Who does that to their own child? How weak-minded can you be? How can your own child trying to extend their... I know how that feels. I tried to do that with my own father. And for my own father to tell me that his wife is going to divorce him because he's dealing with me as his child. You know how that make you feel as a child? As a kid, even as a grown-up. That hurt my heart to hear my son sit there and cry. Sit there and see my son say nothing. When like I told my son, quit saying that to me. I know when something is wrong with you. My son is never quiet. He's really outspoken a majority of the time. For him to be quiet, and I ask him, and he tells me what the problem is, and you can't even rectify that situation because you so much into your wife and your kids, like you don't have kids here, like you ain't got kids who need you. Like I tell my kids all the time, until the day I leave this motherfucking earth, I'm not breathing no more. I'm always learning how to be your mom, bro. All the time. That goes into relationships, friend relationships, or romantic relationships. You until the day y'all die, y'all will always be learning how to, or you want that person, or vice versa, learn how to in a sexual way please that person, not technically in a sexual way, but just in a good way that y'all both understand each other. Even as being friends, understanding each other. That y'all could get into an argument and y'all could go get a drink afterwards. You get what I'm saying? But for you to be a grown ass man, to abandon your own kids because you're not with the baby mom no more, that is wow. That is crazy. I'm not getting food stamps. I'm doing this on my own. Been doing this on my own, basically since what? When I moved out here. Since May of 96. 2016. I was on public assistance when I first moved out here because the job I had I couldn't transfer it because they didn't have that particular gas company out here or no sister gas company I was working for. I was working for a gas station. So yeah, came out here, got on, and shit, it's been up ever since. I know, like I've been doing it on my own for a while, but sometimes it don't hurt to take a breather. I'm not asking you to break your fucking pockets, bro. $50 a fucking week, and you won't even give me that. What type of chump bitch ass nigga you are? You haven't talked, like, literally, I haven't seen you in over 10 years. Face to face, FaceTime, none of that shit. And all I'm asking for is $100 every 2 weeks, and you won't even give me that? So, but you got to talk to your wife. You'll be having it no later than Monday. Today is Monday. It's going on Tuesday now. Make it make sense. I'm not asking for the fucking world. I'm asking for a fucking $100 every 2 weeks. Tell me what your man. I wish y'all could see my son. Like this boy is eating me out of house and home. I swear to God or my dead grandma. Like literally. We gotta air fry this motherfucker. Air fry some shit out of some chicken if he hungry. Like it was only gonna be going on groceries anyway. $100 can't make you or break you. But in the meantime, between time, it can help me out. Because my rent is not cheap out here. How much I make is how much this motherfucking rent is out here. And that's ridiculous. And I ain't gonna lie, it hurts to hear your old child cry and say that they tried to reach out to their parents. And they basically ignored them and still ignoring them to this day. My son was crying so hard and I couldn't do nothing. All I could do is listen and just love on my son. That's all I can do. Like it hurts for my son to hear my son say that he got to figure out to be a man all by himself. That hurts my fucking heart. When my son has his own phone, he paid for it. Like I pay the bill. He pay, like my son don't. Two of my kids don't live with me because we have a family plan. I pay for the whole phone bill. Sometimes I can't pay for it, and my oldest son pay for it, and that's very rare. But you tell me that you can't help me take care of your son? You weak as fuck. Then you ignore the other son, like my son. Then you ignore your firstborn who was in the penitentiary with your weak ass. You a weak ass bitch. How you ignore your own your flesh and blood, your firstborn. Cause you mad because he took some shit out the house before you got locked up or before he got locked up. Get your weak ass up out of here. You couldn't even protect your son in the penitentiary. You're a weak bitch. You always gonna be weak to me. Just by having that conversation, I was already mad, but it made me angry to hear my son cry and tell me he's not the parent. You are. You are the fucking parent, bro. And you won't even try to even extend the arm to your own kids. Who does that? Last year, my son said he wasn't messing with you, my middle son. He asked you to buy him some Air Forces, Air Force Ones, all white. My son wear a fucking 9.5. He gonna tell him he couldn't afford them. Then I go online and buy the same. I didn't even tell him I bought them for him for his birthday. You couldn't even get your son nothing for his birthday? Nigga, you been out of jail for like 3 years, and I know you've been working at least about 2 of them. And you couldn't even buy your son some Air Force Ones that was under $100, all white? You fucking weak. You ain't gonna be shit. You will never be shit. You are a weak ass individual. You only take care of the kids because you're with the baby mama. If you weren't with her, you wouldn't be taking care of them kids either, I see. Because mine ain't getting taken care of at all if it wasn't for me. That's weak as fuck. When you got 2 living parents and only one of them care, but I bet you around them motherfuckers down there in Rock Island talking about, yeah, I got this new kid. Yeah, my kid's doing this. You don't know what the fuck your kid's doing. Only what they tell you. You're not trying to be in your motherfucking son's life. You ain't been in their life in over, what? My oldest one is 20 since he was 4. And my 17-year-old since he was 1. Stop playing. You should be ashamed of yourself as a black man that your own kids is trying to extend their love to you and you ain't even showing it back. Like, who are we? Like, all the time, I always ask my kids, do they need something? Now, my oldest son, he always look out for me. But it's crazy that your kids might be going through shit and I can't solve it. And that was proven when I talked to my son. All I can do is be there. He want his father, and his father's so busy up other bitches' noses and shit like that, acting like he's just so high mighty all of a sudden. You forget about your own sons who came in this motherfucking world before you got married, before you even knew who that individual was. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. I'll be giving out if my kids need something, I'm making sure my kids get it. You wouldn't even buy your own kids some Air Force Ones. That is fucking horrible. That is stupid as fuck. You're a lame ass bitch ass nigga. And I don't give a fuck who hears it. I don't care what nobody thinks of me. I don't care. Because this is going on too long. Too motherfucking long. And I have not said nothing. But when I saw my son's face and he wouldn't stop crying, and he telling me I'm trying to reach out to my own father, and you leave him hanging, you weak as fuck. And I will be putting this on my motherfucking Facebook because we have the same friends, you dumbass fuck. You down there being almighty, and you haven't helped me take care of these kids since I broke up with you. You're a weak ass bitch ass, weak ass individual. And I'm so motherfucking mad because I don't never want to see my kids cry because they trying to extend their olive branch to their own fucking father when their father should be doing it for them. Period. Especially the middle son, after you kept saying, that's not my child, that's not my child. That's crazy. And whoever thinks it's cool for your kids to sit here and suffer, ain't no reason you can't break off your pockets. $100 every 2 weeks is not shit. $200, I ain't gonna lie, ain't shit. I asked you for $100. That's $50, and you telling me you gotta ask your wife? These are your fucking kids. I'm not your cousin. I'm not, nope. You get what I'm saying? This, y'all got the same blood running through your veins. You should know that. Remember, I got a DNA test back in 2013. Well, all of them. Since you swept it down, my middle son went yours. You weak ass bitch. Hella pissed to watch my son cry and tell me that he trying to extend himself to his own father, and I know how that feel because I did the same thing and got the same results. Nothing. The only difference is I didn't cry because I knew I didn't do shit to be treated the way I was treated as a kid. Nobody gave a fuck about me. That's why I don't give a fuck about nobody who don't give a fuck about me. I don't care. Nobody run this show but me. Nobody don't like it. I give 2 flying fucks. And I will still sleep good and wake up the next day. How you, girl? I don't care. But in the meantime, between time, real talk. Don't ever in your motherfucking life think you're gonna keep doing my kids like you're not their fucking father. You're a weak ass individual. You would never be shit. And you're gonna always work them penny nickel ass jobs. As much as, and I want to say too, I know I need to let it go. I know this down deep in my soul, but I can't, right? And the reason I can't let it go is because as much as you put me through hell, and you couldn't even have the decency as a grown man to say, Tish, all the shit I put you through, I'm very sorry. I can leave it alone. Don't get me wrong. Going through shit like that, you would never, you can forgive, but you would never ever forget. And I have never forgot. And for you to be a grown ass man and don't apologize for shit. You're a mean, evil, nasty son of a bitch. Never in my life, if you're supposed to love your kids, tell their baby mama, because that's, you are a sperm donor at this point. Tell their baby, you have to wait and ask your wife. Let me scratch my eyebrow now. I gotta ask my wife, can I help take care of the kids I created before I met you? You a dumb, sick ass individual, bro. and so much other shit I want to say. And I know my kids is gonna see this on Facebook, but I don't give two flying fucks. And his friends will see that I'm gonna put this on my Facebook. I usually don't get on my Facebook that much, but a lot of people who we was friends with is on Facebook. So I'm gonna put that out there. And I'm gonna lay it down. I'm gonna take my ass to sleep. I know I will. I might not bring it up tomorrow. We'll be getting on here tomorrow, hopefully. But yeah, I will be getting on here tomorrow. But um, trying to think. I will be on here tomorrow. But I don't think. Well, I don't know what my topic gonna be. I gotta look in the news. I mean, I can say one thing. Moving out here to Washington, I would have stayed in Chicago. The only difference is the weather. These mugs don't even give a fuck who they kill out here. But yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm sleepy as hell. I just had to do my rant and rave and do my little story time, which I don't do a lot. But it was on my mind. It was pissing me off. And I pray one day he will get what's coming to him because of how he treat my kids, and I don't give a fuck how anybody take it. My kids mean the world to me, and for you to ignore your own flesh and blood, you talk to them once every blue moon, and the only reason you talk to them is they have to call you, and you have not extended your arm out to them. First thing you tell me is, yeah, actually, did they want to come down here for Thanksgiving? Who's cooking? Because you can't cook. And no disrespect, but white girls can't cook either. My son said, I was thinking about it, Mom, but I'm not going down there. It hurts my heart to it's not going. I'm gonna go to sleep with this on my brain to watch my son cry because he's trying to be in his own father's life. And again, I know how that feels because I tried the same thing. They just don't give a fuck. They don't care about their kids because you're not with them. Your kids by themselves, basically. And just to hear my son say, I have to learn how to be a man on my own, that breaks my heart. It really does. But yeah, let me get off of here. I'll be on here tomorrow. Everybody have a great night. Peace out and thank y'all for being here.